People who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season.
Just Meghan Markle's stage. We're expected to buy it. But she said she was in the trenches. She alludes to being in the trenches when she was in the British royal family. Girl, you lived in a castle. Like, you got a princess title. People were falling at your feet.
You know what, folks? We need to talk about the royal family drama that's got more twists than a pretzel factory. Harry just packed his bags faster than a tourist, leaving a one-star hotel, and he's sprinting back to the UK while Meghan is literally on her knees begging him to stay. But wait, it gets juicier than a Kardashian reality show. So Tyler Perry, bless his billionaire heart, just dropped receipts so explosive they could power a small country. We're talking about the man who basically adopted Harry and Meghan like they were stray puppies, giving them his mansion, his private jet, and probably his Netflix password too.
Meghan Markle recently said that you reached out to her and said, come, you can live in my home.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time for them. And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other in the...
This dude was godfather to baby Lilibet, which in royal terms is basically signing up to babysit for life. But here's where it gets spicier than a jalapeno eating contest. Harry gets hit with a lawsuit bigger than his movie budgets. And suddenly Meghan starts acting like she never knew the guy. She's deleting photos faster than your ex after a breakup, scrubbing social media like she's preparing for a health inspection. The woman who once called Perry our guardian angel is now treating him like he's got the plague. And you know what the funniest part is? She forgot about one tiny little detail that's about to blow up in her face worse than a defective airbag. The NDA they all signed has a clause that basically says if you publicly throw someone under the bus, they get to spill all the tea. Every embarrassing moment, every meltdown, every time Harry cried watching The Lion King, it's all fair game now. Harry's sitting on enough dirt to fill the Grand Canyon, and Meghan just handed him the shovel to dig her grave with.
For my help, some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
But here's where Harry comes into the story. And oh boy, is this man having the meltdown of the century. He's pacing around their Montecito mansion like a caged tiger, phone glued to his ear, calling everyone from his polo buddies to his old army friends. The poor guy is literally having an identity crisis because Tyler Perry saved his family when his own father wouldn't even return his calls. Now his wife wants him to pretend Perry never existed, and Harry's brain is short-circuiting like a wet iPhone. You should see this man trying to explain to his friends why he's suddenly ghosting the billionaire who literally kept them from being homeless. It's like trying to explain why you unfriended someone who lent you their car, their house, and their credit card.
Buckingham Palace has confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will not be returning as working members of the royal family. Prince Harry and Meghan stepped down from royal duties.
The gymnastics this man is doing to justify Meghan's decision could win him an Olympic gold medal in mental flexibility. Meanwhile, back in the UK, the palace staff are having the time of their lives. They're passing around newspapers like they're sharing wedding photos, absolutely cackling at every headline. These people warned Harry about Hollywood entanglements back in 2020, and now they're feeling more vindicated than a weatherman who correctly predicted a hurricane. One palace insider was quoted as saying they're delighted. Harry's friendship exploded, which in British terms means they're practically doing cartwheels in the corridors. King Charles is probably sipping his tea thinking, I told you so, while William's team is using this whole mess to make themselves look more stable than a three-legged table. They're watching Harry's life implode from across the pond like it's their favorite Netflix series. And honestly, can you blame them?
Meghan Markle is in crisis after a series of epic disasters, including the total failure of her tell-all interview with Emma Grede, allegations against her BFF and Lilibet's godfather, no less, Tyler Perry, and now this from her allies at People magazine, her favorite publication, which has gone public on Kate's summer of strength. Writing, there are some major shifts coming. As Princess Kate privately rebuilds after a year of cancer treatment, she's stepping out with a new purpose and the poise of a queen in waiting. Nothing's working. And People magazine, which she has just spent the past 2 years coveting, has decided to become Team Catherine all of a sudden.
Yeah, It's very interesting to see how things are shifting continually, always shifting to the downfall. Meghan can't ever seem to climb up to get above all the things that are happening to her. And anything that she does will continually fail. She cannot seem to rise above all the backlash that she gets. And I personally, Dan, believe it is going to continue to happen and get worse until she is able to make a reckoning for all the horrible things that she has done. No one's going to give her grace. No one's going to give her a real opportunity to shine the way she thinks she should be shining, because there is this immense amount of negativity that Meghan created off of the back of the late Queen. And I think Meghan hasn't realized the strength, the power that the late Queen had, because this is the reason how she treated the late Queen and how she treated the royal family. People will never forget, but Meghan wants to keep trying. Like, people should just take this as a new moment and let her shine. It will never, ever, ever happen. She has done horrible things to a very powerful and beloved woman of the monarchy. She cannot move forward ever. It's just not going to happen. But it is so fun to watch this happen, because we see the payback now. The payback is how you are going to be received forever until you make a reckoning. So yeah, we love it. And it will happen continually.
This drama is better than anything they could have scripted. But wait, there's more. The lawsuit details are juicier than a reality television show. Derek Dixon, the actor suing Perry, claims the mogul used his career like a yo-yo, promising him the world, then threatening to destroy him when he spoke up. The timeline of this lawsuit overlaps perfectly with when Harry and Meghan were living at Perry's place, which means they potentially witnessed everything. Now, Meghan's team is sweating bullets because if this goes to court, she might have to testify under oath about what she knew and when she knew it. Can you imagine Meghan on a witness stand trying to explain why she suddenly developed amnesia about her fairy godfather? She'd be doing more backflips than a circus performer trying to avoid perjuring herself. The woman who built her brand on empowerment and supporting others is now potentially facing questions about why she stayed silent while witnessing alleged workplace abuse. The irony is thicker than peanut butter!
It's like a web, an absolute web, whatever direction, you know. And as for Tyler Perry, the people are believing these ticks because he's connected to Meghan Markle. People are looking for the bad, and the bad seem to align themselves with the bad, and the good connect with the good, you know. So I just, it's a mess. It's a royal mess.
And here's where it gets absolutely bonkers. Hollywood is dropping Meghan faster than a hot potato. Oprah suddenly has a scheduling conflict for any future interviews, which in Hollywood speak means, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole covered in hand sanitizer. Spotify already dumped her podcast faster than last week's Leftovers. And now even luxury brands are putting their partnerships on ice like they're preserving evidence. The woman who thought she could conquer Hollywood is now watching doors slam shut so fast, they're creating sonic booms. Meanwhile, Prince William just scored a deal with Gucci for his climate series, the same brand Meghan was courting. It's like watching someone fumble the football only to see their rival score a touchdown with it. The palace is basically saying, thanks for warming up Hollywood for us. But the absolute cherry on top of this disaster Sunday is Harry's reaction to all this chaos. Sources say he's been on the phone having full-blown panic attacks, telling anyone who'll listen, Tyler saved us. How can we just cut him? The man is having flashbacks to 2020 when Perry swooped in like a billionaire superhero. And now he's being asked to pretend it never happened. It's like asking someone to forget their own rescue from a burning building. Harry's caught between a rock and a hard place. Choose loyalty to the man who saved his family, or choose loyalty to the wife who controls every aspect of their brand. And let's be real, we all know who signs the checks in that household. The poor guy is probably Googling how to clone yourself because he needs to be in 2 places at once to keep everyone happy. The best part? Meghan's trying to distract everyone with her jam business. While her world is literally crumbling around her like a house of cards in an earthquake, she's posting Instagram stories about apricot preserves and rose hip honey. The internet had a field day with this, creating memes about crisis conserve and scandal spread. Someone even joked that her next product should be damage control marmalade. I'm dying over here. She's pushing these organic spreads harder than a door-to-door salesman, hoping people will focus on her breakfast condiments instead of her crumbling relationships. But every comment section is flooded with people asking, "Where's Uncle Tyler?" The strategy backfired so spectacularly it could be taught in business schools as a case study in what not to do during a PR crisis. And now, Perry's legal team is shopping around for exclusive television interviews. Networks are practically salivating at the thought of a primetime tell-all where Perry spills every Montecito secret he's been storing like a digital hoarder. We're talking about potential footage of Meghan's meltdowns, Harry's private rants, and every unguarded moment they thought was safe behind Perry's mansion walls. The man kept receipts like he was running a paper trail for the IRS. Every voicemail, every text message, every cheerful video call, it's all potentially heading to primetime television. Perry might just out Oprah with the exclusive interview of the decade, complete with dramatic music and close-up shots of evidence that could rewrite royal history. But here's the kicker that nobody saw coming. If Perry goes nuclear with his tell-all, it might trigger a domino effect that brings down everyone in Meghan's former circle. Jessica Mulroney might dust off her receipts from their friendship fallout. Spotify executives could leak the real reasons they canceled her podcast. Even Netflix editors might release unused footage that completely contradicts the carefully crafted narrative we've been fed. It's like watching a game of Jenga where every block removal threatens to topple the entire tower. Meghan spent years building this empire of carefully curated relationships and strategic partnerships, but she forgot that every bridge she burned might come back to haunt her. Now she's standing on an island of her own making, watching former allies circle like sharks who smell blood in the water. The palace insiders are having the time of their lives watching this unfold. They're probably making bets on which scandal will hit next, treating Harry and Meghan's downfall like their own personal entertainment system. After years of dealing with Sussex drama, they're finally getting their revenge served ice cold with a side of schadenfreude. The same people who had to clean up mess after mess are now sitting back with popcorn watching karma do their job for them. And poor Harry is caught in the middle of this royal rumble, probably wondering how his life went from prince to punchline so quickly. The man went from serving his country with honor to serving as comic relief for late-night talk shows. He's probably looking at old photos of himself in military uniform, wondering where that confident leader went, and why he's now taking orders from someone whose biggest military experience is fighting internet trolls. So here we are, folks, watching the most expensive soap opera in history unfold in real time. Harry's allegedly booking flights back to London faster than a tourist fleeing a natural disaster, while Meghan's reportedly on her knees begging him to stay and help salvage what's left of their empire. But with Tyler Perry holding enough ammunition to level their entire operation and Hollywood backing away like they're radioactive, you have to wonder, is this the beginning of the end for the Sussex brand? The woman who thought she could rewrite the rules of royalty is learning that gravity applies to everyone, even former actresses turned duchesses. And Harry? Well, he's discovering that you can take the boy out of the palace, but you can't take the palace drama out of the boy. Whether he stays or goes, one thing's for certain. This royal train wreck is far from over, and Tyler Perry's got the conductor's whistle.